Hi, welcome to another craft video from the Kansas City, Kansas Public Library. I'm Cheryl and I'm in charge of the craft kits at the main library. And today's video is to accompany a kit that we'll be giving out starting February 1st, 2026. But if you don't live near our library or you're watching this later on a YouTube channel, I'll tell you what's in the kit and where we got everything so that you can do this yourself. So what we're making today is this really pretty 3D kind of shadow box craft. And if you look closely at it, it's three-dimensional and it's done with different layers of paper cut into the fancy shapes. Now, we were very generously given permission to use this design from our friends over at drizzystudio.com. That's D-R-I-Z-Y studio.com. They gave us permission to use this in our kit. This is a free file that is available for download on their website. You do need to have a cutter. You either have to be very good about cutting out things with an X-Acto knife and like that, but the file can be used in a Cricut cutter or one of those machine cutters, and that's what we did. And so what you'll have in the kit, your kit will come like this, and what's in the kit is all of the layers. They are all cut and put together in the different layers, and they have been, the file includes a little number cut into the corner so that you can see the layer number, and that will help you put them together in the right order. The blue would be 1, this is 2, this is 3, for instance, and you line up the corner with the number, and that gives you how to line them up. You might have an orange and yellow one, you might have a pink one, you might have a purple one. You will also have a black square and a black cutout square. This is to make the shadow box itself. How this works is it's you're going to make a little box, put all of the layers together, and put the lid to the box on. And that's how the shadow box is made. You will have a template that looks like this, and if you look closely, there are two different lines. There's two different sizes, a bigger square and a smaller square. That is to score the bending lines on your box. I will show you how to use that when we get to that point. You will also have in the kit some little double-sided foam stickers, and these are to put in between the layers so that it gives that three-dimensional look. You will have 5 big ones that will generally go in the center, and you will have either long skinny ones like this or little ones like this, and those will be used along the outside edge to keep the layers separate. You will have a glue stick also. Well, what you will also need of your own supplies is you will need a pair of scissors, and you will need something to score the folding lines, because this is cardstock and it's very difficult to fold the edges properly to make nice crisp lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to score it. You could even use a pencil with a lot of pressure. I like to use this because it's got a pointy tip, but it's a little rounded pointy tip. It's not going to tear the paper as I score a line. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make the box, and we will need to cut out the template for the scoring. Now cut along the bigger box, not the inner box. The reason we need two size boxes is the top has to be bigger than the bottom so that the top will go over the bottom. So we're going to take the square with the cutout, and we're going to lay this right in the middle. Try and make it centered as perfectly as possible. Now I'm going to take my scoring tool. You can use a pencil or pen. I would suggest a pen if you don't have something that will push without cutting. And you're going to use a pretty firm pressure. And hold this in place. We're going to do all the sides. So now, I hope you can see this on camera. It's got little scored lines, little lighter lines. See here where it will bend. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a pencil, and we're going to take, and on the bottom right hand corner we're going to follow that scored line, and we're just going to make a little pencil mark there to continue the line straight down. I'm going to turn it, and we're going to do this at each corner. And we're going to take our scissors, and we're going to cut right there along that line, just to the corner of the score marks, just that little bit right there. See that? I'm going to do that for each one. Those are going to be the little flaps that we're going to fold over to make the box. Now we're going to fold each side along that scored line. See how that made a nice, really crisp fold? Whenever you're working with cardstock, if you need to make a fold, I highly recommend you use that little scoring technique so that you get nice, crisp folds. Then we're going to take this little flap, each of the little flaps, we're going to bend the little flap down and line up the outside edge and crease it so that we have this little fold, this little flaps folded. We're going to do that for each side. Now we're going to take our glue stick to put a little glue on that tab, fold it up along the outside edge, and pinch to hold it in place. There we go. So that's the top. Now we're going to make the bottom, and we're going to trim off the next little bit of this square. So we're going to trim along the inner line. And this inner one, the bottom, the reason we're making this this template a little bit smaller is because the bottom has to be a little bit smaller, the folded part, than the top, so that the top will slip right down on top of it. Alrighty, now we're going to do the same thing we did with the top. We're going to center this part onto here as best as we can, and we're going to score the lines again. And we're going to do the exact same thing with the pencil. And we're going to glue it just like we did the top. So that's your bottom, and you should just be able to slide the top down over, but not have it be too loose. So now what we're going to do is we're going to prep the layers. So the first thing is I like to glue the top layer down on the black outline down onto the palest one, because if this is in any way bent, this will like stick out and it won't look right. So I think it looks best with the top two layers glued together. You have to be very careful. They tend to want to catch each other. So there are numbers. One is, or the blue is the back. That's the first layer. Then you'll have a light green, which is layer 2. Then a dark green, which is layer 3. Then you will have colors. You will have 4 colors ranging from dark to light, and that is the order that you go in. Dark to light. Always with the number lined up in the bottom left-hand corner so that the design lines up. And then the black goes right on top. So I like to glue the top layer first. So I'm just going to put this down here so that you'll be able to see, because this one has white as its palest layer, and we want to be able to show it. So I'm going to glue this down on top of this. And now what I like to do is I like to flip this over and run glue along the little pieces along the edge. It doesn't have to be a lot of glue, but I just like to put a little bit of glue on the parts that stick up, that aren't supported by the edge. Remember, that's the back. So then I'm going to line up the edges carefully and press it down. Now I don't have to do the edges, because the edges will be held down underneath the edge of the top of the box. I just don't want these little black pieces flipping up here and getting caught on anything. Now, put this back. I like to keep these in a stack when I'm not working with them. So the first thing, I want the back doesn't need to be raised up. So it just needs to be glued straight down in there. So I just use a little bit of glue and I drop the background down in there, and it should fit pretty well just straight down in there. Now we're going to flip the layers over because we're going to put the little stickies on the back. Now to raise it up, I'm going to put one of the big stickers right there in the center. Then you're going to have these little small stickers, and you're going to put them, I like to put 2 along each edge just to support. All right. So you see how when I'm going to put this down, see how it's raised up a little bit? There's little pieces of paper on here. So I'm going to pull the paper backing off the stickers. Now, remember, the number goes in the bottom left-hand corner. So I'm just going to kind of put this down in there and just let it drop, and then just gently make sure the stickers adhere. Then we're going to do the same thing for each layer. So this is next is going to be the dark green. So on the back, I'm going to put the same stickers. Stickers are all in with the 3 in the bottom left-hand corner over top the 2. I gently center this. There we go. Next is your darkest color, which should have a 4. Flip it over, do the exact same step. Then we're going to do the next darker color. All right, number 5. Next color. This is number 6. Number in the bottom left corner. This one. Now, there's not a lot of room on this back for a large size one, so we're just going to do a small one there and then do the same around the outside edges. All right. All right. So gently make sure they're all together, and then I just gently make sure all the edges are pulled in and put the lid down on top. Now you can, if you want, tape this together with a little bit of tape. You can even take a little bit of the glue, put it there and there just to keep it together. So there is our beautiful 3D box. All right, well, thank you for viewing another craft video from the Kansas City, Kansas Public Library. I'll see you next time. Bye.